What's up everyone? Out here sitting in the boat doing some tackle, getting ready for tournament in a couple days, and UPS guy just came. Look, another rod. So I'm gonna open this up and show you what's inside of it. Literal first impressions of this rod from Vexan. Thanks for watching. As you know, I'm all about bass fishing tackle and gear and trying new things. So this is something that's new to me. This is Vexan rods. Now I'm vaguely familiar with them. I've heard the name, I've seen the logo, things like that, but they make rods, reels, baits, all these different things. And I got this rod from them. I'm gonna open it up and tell you what I think. We'll do it right now. It's a 7'10", I believe. I can't remember exact length, but it's kind of like a punch-in grass flipping rod. So let's take a look, because that's always fun to get those kind of rods. I can tell you it's well packed for sure. All right, that was really well packed. So let's pull this thing out. So this is there goes a sticker. So I'll also be doing something on the reels as well. That one's was shipped separately, so I think that's going to be here in a couple days. So I'll do a review of that next week, or I guess kind of first impressions. So if you don't know, if you haven't seen any of these videos, I like to do these unboxings when I get something in the mail. Just give you my first thoughts on it, and then I get out there and fish it and tell you good, bad, what I liked about it, you know, everything about it. So that'll come down the line. Oh, this is kind of cool. Comes with a rod sleeve. That's awesome, because I mean they're not that expensive, but it seems like I always need more of them, so that's cool. So really unique. First thing, let's just talk about this right here. This is what kind of caught my attention, is this grip right here. So it's kind of like a hard foam, but it's got this, you know, crisscross on there, kind of like for a kind of like a tacky feel, I guess you could say. Let's see. Yeah, this is a 7'10" extra heavy, so it's for 3/8 to 1 3/4, 50 to 80 braid, or 17 to 30 mono. So yeah, this has got a nice tip to it. I mean, this, I could tell this is made for punching. It also said you could throw like small glides on it too, which is, I see that for sure. But I really like that full grip. I mean, I know most of our rods are split grips nowadays, it seems like, but it's cool, especially with a technique like this, to have that full grip when you really need to lean into either setting the hook for when you're punching grass, or pitching something really heavy, or throwing a glide bait. I like to have that full grip. So let's read a little bit about it. So it said this is the Vexan Bass Rods series. Lightest, most responsive rod you'll ever buy. Premium graphite. This is kind of interesting, a trade secret blank construction. Fuji components and premium guide setup for maximum casting ability. Limited lifetime warranty. But yeah, I mean, it feels really lightweight for being a 7'10" extra heavy. I mean, this thing is really, really lightweight. I really like that. I'm excited to pair it up with their reel to test it out. This looks like there's some sort of balancing system here, like a weight. I know that's decorative, it's, you know, cosmetic, but it's metal, so I think that helps balance the rod out. Could be wrong. So I'm gonna cheat here a little bit and just read off of it, because I wish I knew a little more detail off the top of my head, but it's an IM8 Titan blank, super light alloy guides, Fuji reel seats. Really nice. I mean, they do come in both split grip and full grip, depending on the model. There's a bunch of different models, spinning and casting, and they're about 150 bucks, 159 bucks. So really not bad, honestly. I really, first impressions are good of this rod. I mean, this is my first time ever even messing around with the Vexan, even looking at them. You know, seriously, I can't remember anybody even that I know that has them, so that's interesting. So when that reel comes in, I'll put it on here, spool it up with some braid, go find some grass and start pitching it. I think that's gonna be the best use for it, you know, punching that grass. But really super impressed with how light it is, and for the price, I think it's gonna be a really good rod, honestly. So again, I'll do a follow-up down the line after I've actually fished it, give you my thoughts, how it performs, how it loads up, hopefully when I catch big fish, you know, even just punching, I'll be able to tell, you know, kind of how it does compared to the rods that I'm using for, you know, that heavy duty, heavy braid, heavy weight type fishing. But I will also put some heavy fluoro on it and throw some glide baits around just to see what happens. But yeah, that's cool. That's Vexan. So I will do a follow-up, like I said. So let me know, what's your experience with Vexan rods? I always like to get feedback if you've ever fished them, you know, kind of what models in that lineup you really like. You know, there's so many, it was kind of overwhelming. I just picked one, and just because I hopefully will get on this bite pretty soon, and I figured I needed a good rod for it. So let's go fishing. Thanks for watching.